So you're planning to move to Whitby? Follow these 7 tips to save a ton of money and it will make the move go as smooth as possible. The last one is the best and took me many moves to figure it out. Stay tuned. Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name is Brad and I'm with Rid Of Home Realty. I'm a local realtor here in Whitby. And if it's your first time to the channel, click that little subscribe button and hit that little bell. That way you're notified each and every time I do post a new video. In this video, I'm going to be going over 7 tips that are going to save you a ton of money and make your move go very easy. I have people reaching out from all over the GTA, Ontario, Canada, even different parts of the world, and I absolutely love it. So if you are looking at relocating here to Whitby, be sure to call, text, email, send the carrier pigeons, whatever is easiest for you. And I'm here to make everything go like easy and smooth. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get into it. Step 1 is getting rid of furniture and other unused stuff. Everyone has areas in their house, I know we sure do, where things go there and they don't really get looked at or used for years. And I'm not talking about the sentimental things that you inherited from your family or things that you grabbed when you were getting married or your first something that is very important to you. That stuff I get you want to keep and take it with you. I'm talking about the stuff that is big and bulky that you know you're not going to use at your new house, whether it is too big or it doesn't suit the style or the decor of the house. Why take it with you? It takes room in a truck, it takes the movers an extra trip in and out of your house. All this takes time and money, and a lot of the times with taking a lot of big bulky stuff, that can be the difference between 1 trip to your new house or 2 trips. And if you have 2 trips going back and forth from your new house, that's probably going to add quite a bit to your move costs. And if you do have these things and you want to get rid of them, there's different things you can do with them. You can sell it. You can use Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, Craigslist, Garage Sale. If you are going to donate it, you can donate it. I know here they have places like Goodwill, Value Village, Talese. I don't know if they have those in your area, but they must have something similar to that. Or you can just throw it out. Whether you take it to the dump, you call one of those companies that come to your house and take the junk away for you, or you can actually call your city, and some cities have it where once per year you can do a large item pickup. So what that means is if you're getting rid of a lot of stuff, put it to the curb, make sure you've arranged it with your city, and they'll actually take it all away for you, and you're paying for it with your property taxes. So why incur an extra cost on that? That covers off step 1. Let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is to get free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff, and when you're going to Home Depot or U-Haul and you're buying boxes at $4 a pop, that adds up really quickly because when you are moving, you accumulate a lot of stuff that requires a lot of boxes. So where you can get free boxes, you can go to the grocery stores, you can go to your LCBO and see if they have boxes there. Most times they do. If you are like me and the night before your move you run out of boxes but you still have more stuff to pack, you can go to a gas station. The gas station by our old house, we went there, it was an Esso, and they were nice enough to give me 4 boxes, which came in handy. It wasn't quite enough, but at the same time, it was better than nothing. When you are asking for boxes, don't inconvenience anybody. You don't want to get too picky where you're sending the clerk back with boxes because they're not perfect for you. Might be better to just take them and then get rid of them yourself, because the next time somebody goes in and asks for boxes, they might just say they don't have any. You can save boxes from home delivery. So Amazon, we shop a lot with Amazon and they send us a lot. So we saved all those boxes. They came in really handy. If you do those meal prep home delivery services like HelloFresh or other similar ones, those are amazing boxes. They're sturdy and they're actually considered cooler boxes. So if you're moving stuff from your fridge and such and you don't have enough coolers, you can use those. They come in amazing. And then stuff for wrapping your valuable stuff, you can save newspapers, the bubble wrap that you get with your home delivery, or those little bags that come with air in it. I know Amazon uses those a lot. And hopefully that will save you. I know it'll probably save you a few $100 by just not having to buy boxes or the wrap. The bubble wrap is extremely expensive. It's like $30 at Home Depot. So that covers off step 2, which is get free stuff. Let's move on to step 3. Our third step is to hire movers or not to hire movers. And a lot of times people try and do it themselves because they think that hiring movers is going to be so expensive. But when you factor in the pros and the cons of it, movers, they are usually a lot quicker, they break a lot less, and it's not too expensive when you factor in the fact of having to rent a truck, get food and beer for the ones that are helping you with your move, and then the fact that you might take twice as long to actually move, or if you have to rent the truck the next day as well, those will add up. And you might look at it and say, you could have just hired movers and it would have been done one day and it wouldn't have been that much more expensive. Now, if you're hiring movers, you might want to put the stuff that is valuable or breakable into either a pod or move it yourself with your vehicle just to help eliminate the risk of them breaking it. We moved 3 times and they never broke anything of ours, but we took our TVs and we took anything that was very sentimental and breakable to us. Movers, they charge 2 ways. They either charge per hour or they have a flat fee. Now, when you are interviewing movers, you want to make sure that they are not having any hidden fees or they have a good reputation. And a lot of the times your realtor should be the one that's going to recommend a mover to you, because a realtor will not recommend somebody who is going to hurt their reputation. There are some movers out there that play a lot of games where they'll book 2 moves at the same time for the same day, thinking one might back out, and so they want to back up. And then other times they'll book you and say, okay, I'll be there by 8 a.m. And then they don't show up until noon because they were doing an 8 a.m. move at the same time. A lot of games for that. I recommend Door-to-Door Movers. They're a local company and I've used them personally 3 times myself, and I've recommended them to my clients a handful of times, and the experience has always been amazing. The owner of the company, service is really important to him. You can go onto their website and I'll put the link down below, and they have tips on there even to really help a lot of the things. And you want to make sure that on the day of move you're not scrambling to pack anything, or you want to make sure that you're completely ready for it, because when you have movers that are sitting there, sometimes they'll have to wait 2 hours for people to finish up packing. And that finishes up our third step, which has to do with movers. Let's move on to step 4. Step 4 is to get the right mortgage. And the first question you want to ask is either using a bank or using a mortgage broker. The difference is you have a bank and they are going to provide you a mortgage through their specific bank. If you have a mortgage broker, they're actually shopping all of the major banks, the B lenders, different lenders, credit unions. They're comparing everything to give you what the best rate is. And so that's really what you want to ask yourself. I've always recommended people use mortgage brokers, but I have encountered banks that have the mortgage advisors who they have been really good as well. You want to make sure that with your mortgage, there's no hidden fees. Sometimes they have a lot of hidden fees in there where they'll give you a great rate and everything. It's a 5-year locked mortgage. And then let's just say something happens and after 2.5 years or 3 years, you have to break your mortgage. I've seen fees between $15,000 and $20,000 to get out of that mortgage. So that's something that you want to make sure that you're aware of up front. Someone available after hours. So when you are shopping a mortgage or getting a mortgage, you want to make sure that who you're using is available after hours, both that the realtor can get involved with, or you can call if you have questions, because sometimes questions do pop up in an evening or on a weekend, and having to wait until the next business day sometimes can be a deal breaker, or B, just really inconvenient. I've sent emails on a Friday evening at like 8 p.m. and I've gotten a response by 9, or sometimes the Saturday morning. So it's kind of like they're working all the time, and that's something that's important that you're looking at. And also the rate. You want to make sure that you're going to get the best possible rate. And sometimes you'll have 2 banks that are providing you different rates for the exact same product. So just make sure you understand that. That covers off step 4, which is getting the right mortgage. Let's move on to step 5. Step 5 is closing dates and picking the right closing date. I always avoid end of month if possible, along with the Fridays, because first of all, it's harder and more expensive usually when you are hiring movers or renting a truck. And the fact of being able to find movers or truck rentals on a Friday or end of month sometimes is a lot more difficult, and they might even charge a higher rate for those times. Also, when you move, like if you're looking at a whole year, sometimes it's cheaper when you move in the winter opposed to the summer, because usually the summer is a hotter market where a lot of people are moving. And try to avoid planning a move on a weekend, because if you're trying to get a truck, then it's going to be hard to find, because a lot of people, they will close on a Friday and then they will plan their move for the Saturday, so it just becomes a little bit more difficult. And then if you are moving from a rental, a lot of times it doesn't matter, you're pretty flexible and such, so plan a move on a Wednesday or a Thursday, less competitive in terms of getting trucks and movers. And if you are bridging, same thing, try and plan your move on a Wednesday, Thursday, less competitive, and it's going to be cheaper. That covers off step 5 in terms of closing dates. Let's move on to step 6. Step 6 is a short one. It is covering off when you're not sure where to go. And there are different options. Most people might just consider a hotel, which is the most expensive way to do it. You can look on websites like Airbnb and you can see what's available in that city for a month or 2 weeks, or like different time frame depending on what you're looking for. Sometimes the realtors will have access to short-term rentals where somebody's only wanting to rent their house out for 3 or 4 months. They usually cost a little bit more than a typical 1-year lease, but it's still going to be cheaper than Airbnb or a hotel. That covers off step 6. Let's move on to step 7. Step 7 is the best step, and I saved it for last, and it's to reach out to me. You can call, text, email, whatever is easiest for you, and I'm here to make everything go extremely smooth. On top of that, I've built connections with different movers, mortgage brokers, different furniture companies like The Brick, for instance. I have contacts at Bell and Rogers, so pretty much everything you would need to transition into a new house, I can help you with along the way. And at the same time, I'm going to ensure that you buy properly. I see it so many times where people, they get approved for between 500,000 and 600,000, and they buy something on the lower end of that because they don't want quite as high of a mortgage. And then about 2 or 3 years into it, they outgrow the house, or they don't like the area as much as they want, or they sacrificed having that detached garage or 2-car garage, thinking that they can make do, and then they have to move. First of all, in that short time span, the house probably didn't appreciate very much, unless you're in like a crazy market, which has happened over the last 3 years. It's happened twice where people in a short time made a lot of money. But when you are moving, you do have the cost of the commissions. Realtor commissions are going to be there when you're selling. And then you have the cost of movers, and then you have land transfer tax, and then you're going to have mortgage penalties. So it's not uncommon for a move to cost somebody around 40 to 50,000. That's money that is just gone because you didn't buy properly the first time. That covers off step 7. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, that concludes our video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click that like button. That way I know people are enjoying the content that I'm putting out there. If you forgot at the beginning, subscribe to the channel and click that little bell. That way you're notified each and every time I do post a new video. People are reaching out from all over, different parts of the GTA, Canada, different even parts of the world, and I absolutely love it. So if you want things to go easy and make your move go smooth, all you have to do is reach out. You can call, text, email, send the carrier pigeons, whatever is easiest for you, and I'm here to make the move go very easy. Thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you.